Hello, and welcome to the tutorial video for advanced searching and search groups within Online Dating Genie. In order to get new users into the software, you're going to first have to perform a search, and that's done here within the search screen. You can always get back to this tab by hitting the New Search tab over here in the top left if you've managed to navigate away from the screen for whatever reason. The first thing we're going to do to perform a new search is specify that I'm a man looking for a woman, and we could specify an age range here. In this case, we're going to say between 21 and 35 within 35 miles, and we could enter in a zip code here. And we're going to specify that we only want to return results that have photos, and we're going to turn off Online Now. We're going to also go ahead and specify that we'd like to return results from all the sites that we're a member of, and we can confirm that we've successfully logged in to all of these sites up here, so we're good to go. The software will now return results from all of these sites if we were to go ahead and perform the search right now. But before we do that, there's a couple other things I want to talk about. The first is a little bit of a quirk here with OKCupid. Go over here to File, Settings, and click on the Miscellaneous tab. You're going to see that there's a drop-down menu here specifically for OKCupid, which asks how many results we want to return from OKCupid in our searching. By default, this is going to be set at 100, which returns a good amount of results from this site. If you need to get more results from OKCupid for whatever reason, you can go ahead and make this number larger, but it will take longer, and that's what this caution is about over here. 100 is a pretty good default, so we're going to stick with that and go ahead and confirm those are the settings we want. Now, before we actually go ahead and perform this search, let's narrow down our criteria a little bit more by showing the advanced options, which you can get to by clicking on the advanced search there. And now, in addition to the criteria here, we can also search by ethnicity, body type, and we have a sort by drop down available to us. Let's just pick some random ethnicities here. Let's say Asian, Caucasian, and Hispanic. And as the body type goes, let's say that we're looking for slender, athletic, and average body types. And let's go ahead and select the sort by last visit so that it's going to return the most recent visitors to each of the sites that we're a member of. And now we're going to go ahead and perform the search. You can see that after just about a minute, nearly 500 results have already been gathered from all of these sites. We're going to go ahead and stop the search here. We can see that lots and lots of results have been returned from all the dating sites. The next step is going to be to pick which profiles we actually want to add to the database to link them or message them in the future. You can also see that 206 profiles were filtered here due to them being duplicates of profiles that have been saved from previous searches, so those results will not be displayed to us again. Let's go ahead and select which of these users we'd like to save out to our database. This can be done by simply clicking anywhere in the blue area for each of the users that you'd like to save out, or even just clicking the check boxes for the users that you want to save. If you want to save them all, you can hit the Select All button here, and that'll save each and every one of the users out to the database. You can see that 351 have been selected. If there's any users in here that for whatever reason you don't want to message, you can go ahead and just click by their photo or click anywhere in the pink area to go ahead and deselect those entries. Alright, so this is looking good. Let's go ahead and hit the Save Selected button here, and that's going to come up with a dialog asking us what we want to name this search. Just so that we know what the search is, let's enter the descriptive text tutorial video next to this search. By default, it uses the specifications of the search. We've appended tutorial video on here so that we remember specifically what this search is, and we're going to go ahead and click OK to save it. Online Dating Genie is going to confirm that users have been saved, and we'll OK out of this. We go over here to Display, and we're going to come down to our saved search result tutorial video, and those are all the users that we just saved. And you can see here they are here. Now, if we wanted to remove specific users that were added on the first run, you can just hit this X icon over here, and that'll remove some of these users that we say accidentally saved that didn't have photos. Okay, this is looking pretty good now. Alright, now the next step is going to be to select users to message and to link. If we were to select some users, just like we did before, we could mark these users for link, and you can see that the software will update those users Okay, now this is interesting. Let's go ahead and find those users within this search that were previously marked for wink. This is where we can use a filter up here so that we can further manage our individual search groups. And let's take a look at those users that were marked for wink. There they are right there. Let's go ahead and mark the other users for messaging. And to do that, let's come here and select all down here, and let's say for whatever reason we don't want to message this user and this user and this user, but we want to message everybody else. We can now go ahead and hit the mark for message button here, and those users are all going to be marked for message. You can see that the statuses have been updated, and again we can always come back here to the filter and we could see the users that were marked for message is 343 out of the 346, and if we wanted to see the users that are set for winking, we just select mark for wink. There's various other criteria that are available here as well that can be used. All of this is talked about in the instruction manual if you'd like to know exactly what these functions do. Now over here in sites, you can further manage your search groups by selecting certain sites that you want to turn on or off to be displayed within a search group. Let's say for whatever reason that we want to hide all the Plenty of Fish results within the search group, we can just turn off Plenty of Fish. Let's go ahead and turn that back on, and you can see that once again the number grows significantly as far as the users that are in the active search group here. Alright, search groups can be renamed by clicking the rename icon here. If you ever wanted to change the name for whatever reason, that's how you can do it. Also, if you ever wanted to delete a search group, you can do that by hitting the delete button here, and that will delete all of the records in that current search. And again, you can always come back here to display and view users that were saved in previous searches. That about does it for basic and advanced searching within Online Dating Genie. Refer to the instruction manual if you have any more questions.